Welcome everyone to the Weekly Wrap, Season 3, Episode 1. I'm Sean, your host. We are back with a very special episode this week. We're covering the beloved PlayStation title, Kingdom Hearts, and all of its series. I'm sitting here with Dani and Ben. We're going to be discussing our thoughts, feelings, opinions about the series and the upcoming release of Kingdom Hearts 3. So let's get into it.
All right. All of the games so far create the Dark Seeker Saga. Our main protagonist for the series is a boy named Sora who wields a weapon known as the Keyblade. Sora wants nothing more than to protect his friends in the light that is known as Kingdom Hearts from the clutches of Master Xehanort and his 13 Seekers of Darkness.
Along the way, Sora gains the help of many new friends and allies who help to stop the darkness before it destroys various Disney worlds in the process. Some of these friends are actually before our first meeting of Sora, and they tried to stop the darkness but failed. These incredible Keyblade wielders are Terra, Aqua, and Ven, and they failed to stop Xehanort 10 years prior to the first Kingdom Hearts title. These characters will return to Kingdom Hearts 3, but their fates are still unknown.
In the final installment of the Dark Seeker Saga, we will see what will happen when the 7 Seekers of Light clash with the 13 Seekers of Darkness. Will Sora and company stop Xehanort from taking Kingdom Hearts? Or will Xehanort finally reign supreme? Will one of the beloved characters unfortunately perish? Where will the story lead after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3? All of this and more will be answered this year in 2018.
Maybe.
Okay, we had to bring that up already.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So, welcome guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Riveting summary there. Super brief.
Super brief.
There's what, 9 titles in the...
And
At
like
least 7.
20 subplots we didn't cover. So.
Oh, yeah. So, we definitely... If you want a really good in-depth, you can watch the hour-long GameTrailer video. I'll have that down in the description.
Go in blind.
I don't think that's going to be a good idea.
Oh, most people are going to do that for this game, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah. But, anyway, let's talk about what was your first Kingdom Hearts game? Did you start with the first one? Where did you start in the series? And how were you introduced to it? So, Dani, why don't you...
Sure. Well, I started back in the day with good old Kingdom Hearts 1 on PS2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I had this babysitter who would come like every other day during the week, and she would play it, and then I would watch, and I got really into it, and then I bought it later on when she stopped babysitting me, and then I got back into it, so that's how I started with Kingdom Hearts.
Awesome.
Pretty much when it came out, I think. It was right back then. Yeah.
Right around 2001.
Yeah.
Ben, what about you?
I started because of you two. You bugged me for years.
Really?
Yeah, and then she's hotter, and so she's what made me actually start playing it.
They're engaged. Yeah, so...
I started with the first Kingdom Hearts because I was told to go in order. I had fun, but every time I played it, both of you would tell me to look for things that I neither cared nor knew about.
Sounds about right.
Well, because my version was not the PS2 original, it was the re-release on PS3? Yeah. On PS3. So they had gone back and put in all the extra stuff, like some extra cutscenes and some background characters and some extra bosses that I was not about to bother myself with. And then I slowly trudged through the series.
Yeah.
Confused the whole time.
As one does.
Yeah.
Mine was with Kingdom Hearts 1. Fun little story about how I got into it. Honestly, wanted nothing to do with this game. Fun fact.
I can relate.
Actually, it was my brother Patrick. He loved Final Fantasy and all of that, and we had just got a PS2, and back in the days of Blockbuster, some of you kids might not know what that is.
It's a movie rental store that used to exist.
Blockbuster had GameStop attached to it, right?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Because Hollywood had Game Crazy, and that was my store.
Okay. So there was a Blockbuster a couple miles down the road. We would go there, we'd rent games and stuff, and that was pretty much our way of getting games because we really couldn't afford to buy them, even though back then they weren't as expensive as they are now. But yeah, so he was going to a friend's house, spending the night, and he was like, well, it's my turn to rent the game, and I was like, well, you're going to be gone for 3 nights, so I should get to pick the game. Here's what games I plan on renting. Spider-Man 2, fantastic.
Can you imagine the podcast we'd be having right now if you had gotten Spider-Man 2 instead?
I mean, I did eventually.
Listen, if you want to do a Spider-Man episode, I'm in. I've played almost all of them.
You know, there's
a
new Spider-Man. We could do another one of these.
I probably have just as many Spider-Man
Anyways, back on track.
Back on track. Then I was like, if they don't have that one, because, you know, they only have a limited number of copies, I was like, I'm going to get the Incredible Hulk game because
Also very
Hulk
fun.
smash, you know? And then I was like, if they don't have that, then I'm going to get this game. And if they don't have that, then I'm going to get this one. If they don't have any of those, then Patrick, I'll rent Kingdom Hearts. They didn't have any of them, so I rented Kingdom Hearts.
I bet it was a lie.
What?
I bet they had all of them. He just wanted to play Kingdom Hearts.
He wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I had to go by myself.
Gotcha.
And so since he was staying the night at a friend's, I was the one that was going, and so I was like, I'm getting to pick, you're not there. They didn't have the games, and I was annoyed, and they had one copy of Kingdom Hearts, so we rented it. And I was like, all right, well, he's gone, I may as well give it a shot. And pretty much immediately fell in love with it. Had no idea what was going on. And then by the end of the game, I was like, wow.
Like the first time you heard, when you walk away. Don't
Oh, the song hooked me. That was the...
Oh, baby.
All right, we're doing that? Okay. But yeah, and so I got hooked into it that way, and the rest is history. So, next up, now that we've kind of talked about our introductions to the series, what about your favorite game in the series? There's a lot to choose from, so...
One might say too many, even.
I don't know if you can have...
We could have done without
Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories.
I mean, Chain of Memories story, though.
Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
Now that is the adult version. Rated M for mature.
No, Chain of Memories has an incredible story. I'm actually playing through it right now. The story is... It's a lot better than some of the... Like, coded. That's unnecessary.
I agree.
That one's unnecessary. But...
What are you saying on 365 over 2?
That one's great. I like that one. The gameplay, not
the gameplay.
The gameplay is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the gameplay is awful. It's probably the worst gameplay of all the games.
Chain of Memories.
Well, original Chain of Memories. Honestly, the remastered version is so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Game Boy
That's
Advance
so
version.
much better. I cringed.
Oh, it was a Game Boy Advance game. Which, okay, back
Not
in the
very
day,
advanced.
being a kid, being able to play my Kingdom Hearts on the road was so exciting. That being said, that's the one game I still have not
Well, I will segue because I've been thinking about this a bit. My favorite, I think, is Dream Drop Distance, which is the one on the go.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
That is a fantastic game.
That one has, to me, what I love is that it has what I think is the best combat, which I would put the combat on tier with Birth by Sleep. But you have the added advantage of like the parkour stuff.
The flow motion, yeah.
And the little friendos you can make out of dreams.
The Dream Eaters.
Dream Eaters, the Eaters of Dreams. Mix those two together, along with a story that I can actually follow all the way through and not get confused about. It's a good time.
There is time travel in that one.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Like, it's not the crazy... It's like you're thrown back in time.
No,
And you just go forward.
Yeah.
It's not as crazy as the other... Like, one I think is the least confusing, but this is a close second, and because it's like everything is so progressed and so much more polished, I think it's the game that I would...
And I think that might be why you like it so much, because it is just much more polished. Because it is one of the newest games.
Like, there's so many issues I had with the original one. Just like, the camera wouldn't work for me, something like combat seemed really stupid.
Oh, yeah.
But
and you played it on PS3.
I did.
After they've introduced scene skipping.
Oh, yeah.
Because back in the day, that wasn't something you could do.
Nope.
Yeah, I could almost quote that game. At least the bosses.
Fun fact, going back to the original game and how chaotic that was, did you ever get mad at your controller and like squeeze all the buttons?
Oh, yeah.
That is how I found out about the secret restart on Kingdom Hearts. Hadn't saved in like 2 hours.
Sure.
And did the secret restart and just back at the main menu.
Yep.
Yeah. Hated that.
And then you squeeze it even more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Continuous restarting. So my favorite Kingdom Hearts title is Kingdom Hearts 2. Because, my friends and I used to get together and we played through that entire game together after we all beat it individually, and it was just a blast. But also, just the introduction of being able to skip the cutscenes was just...
Dani likes skipping cutscenes.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Stories.
No, here's the thing. When you fight Demix, like 6 of the bajillion times, like I heard that enough, and you can't skip that part. But like that Riku fight,
wasn't that the fight where you were like, oh man, you're about to get into this crazy fight? It's the worst fight I ever did. I did it 2 tries.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But like that first fight in Kingdom Hearts 1, when you fight Riku towards the end, and you die, you have to watch like a good 4 minutes of cutscenes again before you can fight. And oh my gosh, I was so frustrated.
I had games like that, and I would just bring books in to read with me, so I could just wait during a cutscene. I was like, oh, we're done talking? All right, let's fight.
I also really just loved the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 2 and story and the new worlds introduced because they brought Lion King in, and that gave me feelings.
I did love the Lion King world.
That was great.
That was a great change to the transformations of each world. I did love that.
That's pretty cool.
Mine, honestly, Kingdom Hearts 2 is definitely like near the top. I really like Birth by Sleep.
That's my close.
See, these are the big
2.
three that I think are the best ones.
That's close.
Story-wise, the story is solid. Granted, while it does add some convolutedness, because Ben and I were talking about this earlier, Kingdom Hearts 1 has the most linear of all the stories.
It's like we're making a video game.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, and then after the first one, they were like, oh, hey, we can make this a whole big series. And it was like, oh, what are we going to do? Lots of things. Lots of things.
I was tempted to put that as my number one. The thing that held me back is the stupid leveling up system built into a crappy board game.
Yeah. I don't mind it. It's tedious, but
I mind it a lot.
Yeah, he did not enjoy that. It wasn't my favorite thing either.
I would not level up just because I didn't want to do it.
But let's be real here. That's the most powerful story of the series.
Oh, 100%.
That is a
Which was your favorite storyline in that story?
Terra, probably.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Granted, nothing takes away from Ven's story. Ven's story is fantastic. Aqua, as everybody calls her, is just the mom of the three. She kind of cleans up everybody's mess. Which is sad because she's also the only master out of the three of them. Yeah.
But, like, we also know that she's going places.
Yes.
To the darkness.
Well, from there, she's going places.
If you haven't got there, we were going to get there eventually.
We were going to talk spoilers.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. It's been out for a little bit now.
Just a little. But no, yeah, Terra, honestly, all of the twists that came with Terra's story, the connections to Kingdom Hearts 1, I was just,
I think the coolest thing about Birth by Sleep is the 3 stories that interweave.
Yes.
Like, it was so cool.
I kind of felt like it was weak.
Oh, really?
Because even in the order you should have played, which was Terra Ventus Aqua, I still felt like the story was never completely told the right way.
And that's kind of cool because you're getting 3 different perspectives. You're not getting, like...
No, but it's like, I think that every playthrough should add something, and I felt like when I got to Aqua, I didn't add anything to the story. It was just, I was playing catch-up to 2 other stories that were so much better.
I get that too.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
It was like once you got to the end where Aqua's finally caught up, from then on is what you could enjoy.
See, I played it, when I played it most recently, I played Aqua first because I think it's a more enjoyable concept if like the first playthrough is just you're chasing these other 2 characters. And then after that, you get to experience their stories.
That's a pretty cool point.
I never thought about playing.
Yeah, that's actually pretty great. The only thing I'd say to that is just the after stuff, because Aqua sees more.
But
But I will say, I always have to play Terra first because he's so much slower than the other 2. And then like being like do, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh.
Yeah, it's like when you play with Terra, it's like the game feels like it takes like 30 hours.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Ven and Aqua, it's like, wow,
Ven is just like
through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but incredible story. I really can't wait to see what they do with them.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the pops they make for them.
I know.
The what?
The Pop-Funkos.
Oh.
Listen, Chase of Terra is Xehanort.
Oh man, I'm gonna fight for that one.
What I'm scared about with the Pops is if they do all the organization members, because that's
stupid.
That's a lot.
That's stupid. I could see Axel, and I could see Xehanort.
Axel, Xehanort, and then old Xehanort.
That's kind of what I want out of the next
They would
line.
never do all of them.
No.
Like they have to do like nominate.
They're so
first.
minimal. Yeah.
I would want like Roxas.
I just want Ven, Terra, Aqua. And then I do want an Axel.
Honestly, they could have a Chase variant, or just like they did with Master Form and Valor Form of Roxas and Ven, because they're
the same.
They're the same.
They just are the same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need both of them. I just need one of them.
Yeah, those minor characters. There's just too many of those.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like.
I would love a Yin Sid.
Oh.
Like, you don't even have to
Yes.
make it a pop thing. That could just be like a Disney classic thing.
If I wanted a Yen Sid, I would want it to be like one of the story scenes and have him like at the desk.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It'd be amazing. I doubt they would ever
It would
do
be-
that.
No, but that would be awesome.
It would be pretty amazing.
I also would want a Queen Minnie, just so she can
I
be with.
would love that too. That'd be cute.
Yeah, we went on a tangent, but hey. So next big question. Now that we've talked about our favorite titles, who's your favorite character? Now, aside from Sora, if Sora is not your favorite, please tell me that Sora is not your
Sora
He's
is
not
not
my
my
favorite.
favorite.
Okay.
Oh no, he's that goofy little kid who you love, and he's fun
He's
to hang out with.
that classic like anime-esque character that does nothing but complain the whole time, so
Yeah.
that you have a drive to continue the story because you want to fix his problems.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't shut up about the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's either he's complaining about the problems or he's too pious and it irks me. Like, well, I don't care because friendship. I'm like, some of my best friends from when I was your age, I don't even talk to them anymore. You're making me feel like a bad person.
So Ben, who is your favorite character?
Terra.
Terra.
I like Terra. I think he has the most compelling backstory. Finding out he was Xehanort was devastating because I don't think he's inherently a bad person or that dark.
Agreed.
But it's just losing him to that. And we're going to get him back for this one, I'm pretty sure. And I'm excited because he's the one that I think is... Honestly, when I think of the 7 who should be the leader, it's either him or Riku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would love to see Terra, like if they split it into 2 teams, I want Terra to lead one and Riku to lead another.
That would be incredible.
That'd be so cool. So cool.
Also, he did have my favorite gameplay of the original.
I just love the bruteness of him. Like, that's just my style. So yeah, I agree with that. Dani, what about you?
So I had a hard time with this question because there are some great characters.
They're really hard.
I thought Donald, just for his healing abilities, was probably my number one.
Literally the best healer in any game series.
Yeah, I don't think there's a better one. Anyways, joking aside, I toggled between Terra and Riku because they both have the same drive, same stories and stuff, and I like them both for different reasons, but the same reasons at the same time. So I still haven't quite decided between the two. I need to see 3 first and just kind of see it round out. But based on like the story, I probably, if I had to go with one, I'd say Terra because it is
Team
holy
Terra.
cow, what a story! Like that is heartbreaking.
And that's very funny that we, like, of the 2, we picked Terra when Riku's in, like, almost every single game.
No, I love Riku, though.
Terra is in a third of one game.
It's funny you guys say that because that's exactly what I was thinking, is Terra and Riku, because I like the idea of, don't get me wrong, Sora he's the main character, so, like, we've been with him the entire time. He's a lot of fun. But honestly, especially with Dream Drop, just the stupidity of him.
Oh, he's so stupid.
It's just like...
Sora is more stupid.
Grow up a little bit. I'm really hoping that they do a little bit of maturing in this one with him, because I want him to be somewhat serious. Like, this is going to be like...
This is a big deal.
Yeah, someone could die in this game. I expect someone to die, which we'll get into that. But, so Dream Drop really redeemed Riku for me. Like 100%. I always liked Riku, especially with Kingdom Hearts 2. But seeing the change he honestly has had the most character development out of any character.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I think because he's had the most screen time.
Yeah.
And because when I think of him, I think of Bucky. Like Captain America.
Yeah.
Like he was unfortunately turned to the dark side and against his will.
Yeah.
It was, like, personally, the thing I think about most when I think of his character is Chain of Memories. Because that was when he went through much of what I think was his path of redemption. When he went from, like, pure evil. He literally had to face himself.
That is true.
And then he progressed forward in all the other games.
Yes.
Like, I think Chain of Memories is at the point where he had to literally look himself in the face and decide who he was going to be.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I love Terra. His story is just fantastic. Powerful. From both of their perspectives, you understand what they're trying to do. They care so much about their friends that they are willing to do anything to protect them, even use the power of darkness if they have to. But, of course, Xehanort's back there, the master puppet, pulling their strings.
The master puppet?
the master puppeteer.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
They're all puppets. He's the master.
Yeah. But no, and you definitely see that Riku overcame it a lot better than Terra, but I was actually watching 0.2, and the moment when Terra and Aqua are talking at the end was just such a great moment, because I didn't even notice it until last night, but he like is standing there, Terra Nort comes out, and it's just like, hey, so where is Ven? And Aqua's about to say it, and then another version of Terra pops up and stops him, and it's just this great moment of Terra like literally using all of the light that he has left to stop Xehanort from finding out where Ven is.
I think if they were in the same position, Terra would have overcome Xehanort.
I agree.
Because Terra...
He's older, too, and has that actual Keyblade training.
Yeah, but also, like, Riku only did overcome it because, like, it was something to do with, like, Sora beating the crap out of him, and then...
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the point, is that he fell to the darkness because, you know, he wanted to protect his friends. He thought he was doing the right thing. Xehanort controlled him. Sora beat him and saw everything that Sora did to sacrifice for his friends. And I think it kind of just relit the light inside of Riku to where he was like, no, I've got to fight this.
The thing is, though, we see the full journey of Riku. We haven't seen the full story of Terra yet.
Yes.
So I think they're going to have a similar redemption type thing. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at Terra also, I mean, the fact that he is part Xehanort and then splits off into Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas, you even kind of see it in 2 with Xemnas. He sees Aqua's armor in that Chamber of Repose and is just like, my old friend. I think that was just kind of a moment for Terra coming through the darkness there. And so I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's definitely going to be dark. So now that we've kind of talked about some of our favorite things about Kingdom Hearts, really time to get into Kingdom Hearts 3. So let's take a look at the Kingdom Hearts 3 announcement trailer back in July 2013. Yeah, back then.
Do they still have that logo?
I think so.
No, because Disney Interactive is wrong.
So I remember at the C3 kind of freaking out seeing this.
Anytime I see Kingdom Hearts pop up at an event.
Oh yeah. Had no idea what was about to happen though. I was hopeful for Kingdom Hearts 3, but honestly with so many spin-offs.
It's like, oh, another spin-off's coming.
Yeah. But then when they started showing this art style.
Yeah, this is what got me excited.
Oh yeah.
Look how pretty it is.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And it's come so much farther since then.
Oh.
Now, do we know that Keyblade?
Yeah, that's
Master Ericus.
That's what Aqua
His
gets.
Keyblade.
That seals.
That's Mark Hamill, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
It looks so much.
And that's all we get. Nope. There's more. I forgot.
Oh, there's more.
Yes. This exciting moment.
That was what excited me.
Oh yeah.
Look how cool that looks.
Because they were saying that this is in-game, and I was just amazed.
That's gonna be hardest hack to control.
Now in development.
That
Still
classic.
in development.
Classic now in development.
That's accurate to even now.
Yep.
So, what were your first impressions when you saw that compared to what you just felt watching it?
When I first saw it, it was you guys telling me what I should feel, and now I kind of feel the same way. 5 years later.
Yeah. No, it was so exciting just seeing good quality like video game footage like that. And
actually, no, I didn't know you back then.
no.
Not back then.
Okay. Not 5 years ago.
No. The last 5 years, huh?
Last 5 years. Oh no.
So yeah, I was stoked. Like that was really exciting for me, and I went out with all my Kingdom Hearts friends. I was like, guys, guess what? And
it's coming soon.
Nope, didn't use the word soon. I was smarter than that. Yeah.
Even they weren't that rude.
No, I mean, they showed like 2 seconds of it, and it said now in development. It means, oh hey, they're actually starting this thing.
Yeah.
I did not anticipate it anytime soon, but just seeing it in the beach and just having some new nugget of video was pretty rad.
Yeah, and who would have thought from 2013 to now we would get so many just remakes. Yeah. And a fantastic mobile title, right?
I actually really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I played it once.
You're not really that.
I get aggravated with the metal pull rates, but
Yeah.
because I don't get it.
I'm surprised neither of you said the app game for your favorite game of all time. It's the one you play the most often.
Yeah, because it comes with me where I go.
So next up, we're going to take a look at the D23 from this past August, right? Or was it July? July. Or
I thought there was. Was there one this year?
No,
I thought it
well,
was
not
before.
2018.
No, I thought it was
2017.
2016.
No, it was this past year. The Toy Story trailer.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Spoiler for the trailer.
They just did new movie stuff this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, got super excited when this started coming
It's
on
the
screen.
slow motion stuff back again.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the words was very hard for me.
Oh, it was.
Wait,
so
is this
annoying.
the actual part of it?
What do you mean?
The words up, or is that just copyright thing?
No, that's part of it.
Yeah.
That was part of
Oh,
it.
that's so stupid.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not enjoy
And
it.
it literally pops up in a second what it is. But loved seeing some more of this. It looks so much more crisp and clean.
Maybe
than it
those
did.
words look better in Japanese.
But I was also super annoyed because it's another Kingdom Hearts trailer where we see more of Hercules for Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, don't diss the Hercules.
Hey, I love Hercules just as much as anybody else.
We
but
gotta go back to Olympus.
yeah. And this new classic phrase that they keep.
It's actually a really great quote.
I mean, it is, but it was also confusing.
We are not.
And then lost it right here.
Yeah, this was pretty dope. This is something I've always wanted.
Oh, yeah.
This is something I talked about, like, when the first Kingdom Hearts came out. When I was a kid, I was like, did they have Toy Story? No. Wow.
I mean, it just makes so much sense. And it works so well.
Not as much sense as something I'll talk to you about later.
Yeah.
This is weird to me because he's starting off with the Toy Story.
I think that's just for the gameplay. I don't think that's actually what will happen. At
Although
least
it
I
would be
hope
cool
you don't.
if like he got the Keyblade and he's like, oh, I have to go to this world to save it.
It wouldn't make sense,
No.
but
Nothing makes sense.
He sounds like a cowboy.
A Japanese cowboy.
Japanese cowboy. So something I really don't like about this new sword design is his hair looks so smushed, and I don't really love it.
it does.
Do you mean the toy version?
No, like just his design. It's like pressed against his head.
Yeah, it looks
like a
like he got
greasy
a weird, greasy haircut.
Yeah.
He ran out of money. He put all of his money into zippers. Not enough for hair
Hair
gel.
gel.
Can I just say how amazing the graphics look?
It just looks like the movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's Toy Story 2 quality. Not
Oh, yeah.
Toy Story 3 quality.
No.
But it's a
But I
video
mean,
game.
that's also the thing. They said that you're actually ending up after Toy Story 2 in this, but between Toy Story 3. So this is actually canon to Toy Story 2.
Wait, this is post 2?
Yes.
And where Jesse and Bullseye?
Maybe there's
They said that some of their
Well,
friends were kidnapped.
if the three aliens are there, then yeah, we are post 2.
Yep.
But I do find it
Yep,
interesting.
our friend's vanishing.
Yeah. I do find it interesting that this is actually going to be canon to Toy Story now.
No, I love that. I've wanted that for. Well, they make all of the games loose canon.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
it's like you fit in to help the story conclude
Yeah.
its natural ending.
But this makes sense.
I was also curious what the world size was going to look like, and as soon as I saw this,
Well,
it was insane.
yeah.
I hope
Also,
it's to Sid's yard.
to piggyback on the first point, the reason I think they have to do that is because like once you complete the main conflict in Aladdin, like you don't have Jafar, you don't have the genie anymore.
Yeah.
Like it has to take place in the same line. Same with all the other fairy tale movies. But this,
True.
you don't have to have the main plot going to still enjoy that.
Which is wonderful because
Yeah.
you can create your own story.
That rocket ship, look at it go!
Ah,
It's the claw! Yeah, look
What-
how gorgeous that
what's
is.
great is when he grabs the fat body Heartless with the claw. Because that's
Just
just...
got its name because
Yeah.
that's still fat shaming.
Literally what it's called.
That's fat shaming. the
Who knows?
Heartless.
Maybe they'll change it.
That's why he's so heartless. They're fat shaming him.
I mean,
That was so cool.
But this.
It's
oh
so
my
cool.
gosh.
Toy shop. Yeah. Mecha fighting.
I don't know what toy that is, but I want 3 of them.
I know, right?
Now, I've criticized it before, and I will stand by it, but I would buy a toy of that version of Sora.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is this just gameplay from Titanfall?
It's a good question. Now, what some people have
It's
noticed,
the next one, then.
Oh.
because the Japanese trailer and the American trailer are different, if you look in the background, you can actually see the toy tower back there fall over. So some things in the world are going to be destructible.
That's cool. Oh boy, here he comes.
Young man Xehanort. I'm slightly confused
Now, is
on
this young man Xehanort or young man Terranort?
that young man Xehanort.
But he looks like Terra.
That's before this.
Yeah. This is the version of Xehanort that's from the past, so I don't know how he's in the present now.
But why does he also look like Terra?
Well, because Terra looks like Xehanort.
He just does?
Uh-huh.
I thought Xehanort just happened to take over his body.
Well, he does, but later on. That was the kid version of Xehanort that turns into the old bald guy.
I need to rewatch everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, once we have a date.
I don't want to watch this because I also want to play
We
it.
might have to go in separate rooms.
Well, aren't we going to have our dual TV set up?
We will, but we can put another
Headphones.
TV. Oh, headphones. But then we'd see things. We'll have to tilt them this
Yeah.
way.
No, I thought it was... No, we got... I've seen it on TV, like one TV on this wall, one on this wall, and we just sit...
Oh, I like that. We sit next to each other,
Yeah.
but facing different ways.
So what you guys missed, we stopped because we had to do some tech stuff, but Ben and Dani are trying to figure out what they are going to do when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out as far as playing.
This is never an issue I've had or considered before.
Yeah, we can always go to our own homes and play our games separately, but now we have to figure out living
We
together.
live together.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
I'm scared.
He'll probably get
One in the
faster
living
than I
room,
will.
one in the bedroom.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
No, because you usually play through games faster than I do.
Not these.
That's
Because
true.
Oh, I take my time
Yeah.
with Kingdom Hearts
Yeah, me
games.
too.
I find all things, take my time.
Yeah, then I will get done first.
yeah.
Yeah.
I usually do 2 playthroughs. I'll start and I'll play through
If we get
the
into
story.
fights, I'll use the plot choices.
Ah.
Ooh. Do you know what happens to Roxas? Don't you dare. So now that we've watched the trailers, seen where Kingdom Hearts 3 started off to where it is now, what are your hopes with D23 Japan this weekend?
Here's my biggest thing. I do not want them to come out with a list of worlds that's going to be in it. If they release every world before this game comes out, it ruins the fun and surprise.
See, I agree with that, but Nomura has already said that by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 releases, they will have shown every world.
That's frustrating.
So, unless you don't want to watch any more Kingdom Hearts trailers...
I probably will stop at some point.
Yeah.
I usually do.
When there's an actual release date.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what are your guys' hopes for Kingdom Hearts 3? Plot, story, bundles?
All musical worlds.
No,
all,
man.
like Atlantica.
Every
Every
world.
single gummy ship everywhere.
Oh, man.
That's
You
all I
have to
want.
play a board game just to start the game.
Yeah. It's all card based.
I wouldn't mind if it is the chess board game that you see Xehanort and Ericus playing, the young version.
You mean chess?
Huh?
You mean
Chess.
chess?
That's what I said.
The chess board game is what you just said.
You have to specify.
It's a weird chess board game because it's not like normal
I
chess.
thought it was just normal chess.
No, the spaces are diagonal.
Interesting.
They're not squares.
So it's just a different shape, but it's still chess.
Well, it could be different, okay?
Oh man.
But anyway, let's start with some plot and story. Ben, what are your hopes for Kingdom Hearts 3?
I hope it's not convoluted for once. Just streamline this. Listen, they need a streamlined story. And I don't just mean this for people like me who are idiots. I can't keep up with all this stuff, and I don't have time to pour through, like, plot breakdowns and all this stuff. I did that enough for Marvel and TV shows.
Yeah.
But this is the first new PS4 and 2 consoles.
Yes.
This has to be able to bring in new players, or else they're not going to be able to meet sales goals.
Agreed.
Like, they've released these bundles, but they're too overpriced, too bulky, and too confusing for people. This game, it doesn't have to be perfectly streamlined, because if not, we're going to lose out on
The old
conclusions.
fans.
The old fans, but we're going to miss out on conclusions and storylines that we need conclusions to.
Exactly.
But there has to be a way to do it streamlined to where it's not confusing at every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I agree.
No,
I mean,
100%.
you're tying up the Xehanort saga. Let's tie up all these loose ends. We know there's going to be questions. That's the only way they're going to continue the storyline on. But any question that we have had about characters that are already established, we need those questions answered. It just, if we don't, then honestly, I feel like we're probably going to feel let down from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, and yeah, it's going to have a whole new market. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. It needs to be more straightforward. Like,
Yeah.
It's been fun up to this point, maybe kind of guessing all this stuff. Not really, but you know. But it has to be resolved.
Yes, we have to get some resolution. I mean, we have to know what's happening with Ven, Aqua, Terra, Roxas, Axel.
There's a lot of characters to
There's
cover.
a lot of characters to cover.
Better be a long game.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
100 play hours. It's just the size of the Witcher game, or like Skyrim.
Yeah.
It's just,
You're saying that as if it's a bad thing.
I'm not.
No.
Why would I say that as if it's a bad thing?
No,
I don't know.
I want
I'm
it.
saying it as if it's an unlikely thing, not a bad thing.
I mean, I've clocked hundreds of hours in the other Kingdom Hearts games.
I know you have.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
missed Date Nights.
Yeah.
well, we won't get into that. Dani, what are some of your hopes?
For
Kingdom Hearts 3.
in general?
In general.
Okay.
What do you
So-
got?
General.
I know you've got a list here, so let's.
Alright. I already said the world's revealed, which...
These are scribbled like a list of demands.
Numora, if you're listening,
Okay.
We're holding your kids
This is
hostage.
a personal thing. My PlayStation has been acting up a little bit. I wouldn't mind a new one with some nice pretty designs on
Oh.
it. Just saying. Nice PlayStation Pro.
I was holding out for a PS4 for a Kingdom Hearts version, but then 2.8 came out, so I have one now. But if
Yeah.
they come out with a Kingdom Hearts themed PlayStation,
Mine has lasted me this long. I think it's okay if I trade it in towards that. Other things I have are just like we said, resolution. The bundles would be nice. I'd love a new plush or something because those are so
Yes.
exciting. Those are so fun. And a new pin. I need a new pin for my
oh,
collection.
you love those pins.
I do indeed. And then I have, are we talking about this later? Some world hopes?
We
Is
will be
this-
talking about World Hopes
Okay.
later. We will get to that.
Yeah, but no, I'm just really excited to play another Kingdom Hearts game on the big TV that's new. Like,
Yes.
2.8 was not enough.
It was such a tease.
Yeah.
Granted, it got me hyped, which
Yeah.
is what they wanted.
And it was gorgeous, and what I played was fantastic.
Yes,
It just
I
was
just
not
wanted
enough.
so much more.
Yeah.
But the fact that that is potentially the length of a world
Mm-hmm.
in Kingdom Hearts 3 does make me excited.
I still want
Yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want more, but at the same time,
'Cause
if
I
you've
could-
got 13 worlds and you're clocking in, I clocked in 9 hours, like actually just going around just enjoying the
Yeah, but
area.
you went through the
looking
whole.
for
I
things.
can beat that in an afternoon. Like that's at most 4 hours.
But I mean, that's the thing. If you look at most games nowadays, you can go across the whole world in Horizon Zero Dawn and clock in 120 hours, or you can beat the storyline in like 30 hours. So it's just kind of, it gives you the option of playing.
And even
your
if you
leisure.
play, if you play a minimum of 3 hours in each world, multiply that by 13, you're still clocking at about
Yeah,
nearly 40 hours.
And
Yeah.
not to mention that their cutscenes are longer than gameplay.
that is true. Most of the numbered titles have about 3 hours of cutscenes, so I expect probably that much, if not more, in this game.
Yeah.
Because you've got to tie up loose ends.
They've got plenty of material to make this
Oh,
a big game.
yeah.
They just
Oh, yeah.
need to do it.
One bundle, you kind of touched on it with bundles. I would love a PlayStation bundle. If they don't do a PlayStation bundle, because they don't do too many PlayStation bundles, I do think they might with this one, but it is also coming out for Xbox One, so that's why I don't know if they will. I would love a Kingdom Hearts themed controller.
Ooh, I'd be in on that. That'd be fun.
Any form of plush. I was hoping for a Cheerthy plush with 2.8.
Yeah, I'm sad about that.
Because it's super expensive on the store.
Yeah.
But also, I wouldn't mind like an awesome steelbook that is like the Book of Prophecies.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would look really cool.
They have a lot of options. I still stand by that. I'm really bummed I did not get a Wayfinder in one of these bundles. I wanted one.
If
pretty bad.
only.
Yeah.
Something. I know, if you look at some of the bundles Square does, they do usually like 3-tier bundles. They'll do the normal game, they'll do a collector's edition, and then they'll usually do the high end. That's
like a master's edition.
Yeah, that's like 200 or something like that. So
that's what I'm getting, hon.
I'll get the standard.
Yep, and then we'll have.
Do you really need 2 copies? Yeah,
Yep.
you need 2
Yeah, we
copies.
need 2 copies.
I only need 1 copy. So hi, honey, just 1 of the expensive. But yeah, so I'm hoping for a really awesome bundle.
I think they need to re-release the games on 1 disc.
I would love that too.
One disc.
Listen. When they announce Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2 years, just go ahead and be like Kingdom Hearts like 2.9999.
No, the ultimate.
The ultimate collection.
Well, that would be with
a little bit of a tangent. I actually didn't make a slide. I'm surprised I didn't. What are your guys' thoughts for DLC for Kingdom Hearts?
Don't do it,
boy.
please. No.
The reaction that people
in any form. In any form, you're
listen. If they're gonna add on a world for maybe $5, I'd be into it. But like DLC has made such a bad name for itself this year.
It has, and it's been so nice that it has because
I mean,
major studios like EA and Ubisoft are both like really coming back on microtransactions.
Well, EA has kind of shot themselves in the foot with a lot.
Yeah,
of
but
things
because of it, they're cutting out their microtransactions.
I'm assuming you heard that they delayed Anthem to 2019 now. Yeah.
Which is going to bankrupt that studio that's producing it for them.
So here's the thing. I played Horizon Zero Dawn, one of my favorite games of 2017. Loved that game. Felt complete. They had the DLC, the Frozen Wilds. I got that. And that was fantastic. It added a whole nother big section of a map that I really enjoyed. It added challenges. So I really like that DLC.
Some games can do DLC.
Yes.
Like Witcher. Look at Witcher.
Witcher released 2 enormous DLC packs.
So did Skyrim.
Pretty much the size of their own game.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham had the great Harley Quinn's Revenge. Like, there are good examples. But there are also bad examples when you release an incomplete game in your DLC is stuff that should have been included.
Like Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Or
that
Destiny.
game, because I have played Final Fantasy 15, love that game, but it felt so incomplete. And now there's a Season 1 DLC, and now they're getting ready to do a Season 2 DLC of even more content.
Yeah, I'm with him. It's just like, you release a full game, and then you can add more to it if you want to expand on it.
Which is what I'm hoping for. You played Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
And they had the DLC of what was the DLC?
The DLC was Second Light, I think.
Something like that.
Or First Light. It was one of the NPCs in the game that had a really cool story. You got to go through that story with her. So it's another example of like, they didn't even release that as a DLC. That's released as its own game. It was even a free... It was a free download on PlayStation at one point.
So see, what I'm hoping for, if they do decide to do DLC, because I do think that they will in some form, just because it's a thing. What I'm hoping for is either the normal stuff that they do for like the final mix, like adding secret bosses and stuff, and just making it free, updates to the game.
Sure.
Wouldn't mind that. Or what some people have been talking about is like a side story of Riku and seeing what him and King Mickey are doing.
Yeah.
And being able to play through,
that would be
5
great.
hours of that.
I think, in my opinion, I think that everyone should split up for most part of the game. And you play as the different characters at different points.
I mean, they have said that there will be a second playable character in the game. They haven't said who.
Probably Riku.
Donald.
Riku is a
Or
thought.
Aqua.
Some have thought Aqua. Some even think Kairi.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd be into that.
I would be into Kairi. As long as she doesn't scream like Aqua when she dies, because that was the most annoying part of Birth by Sleep. Every time you died, the screaming.
What was that sound like?
That's not that annoying.
Well,
I think that there are things that they could do. I'm never gonna say should. They could do, but there are things they should not do. For example, so help me if they charge for items or keyblades.
If they do any of that.
That is a no. SquareEnix, look me in the eye right now. If you charge me for keyblades, I will be furious.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for...
But you will.
No, I don't think
I don't know. It depends. If they release like a pack where you would get everything, like a small season pass that's, like a $5 DLC and you're getting all of the Keyblades.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I haven't spent $1 on this app. I have not spent $1.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you can do it without it.
Yeah, but this is a game that's a lot more important. You're already agreeing to buy whatever the base collection of this is, regardless of knowing what it is.
Sure.
But on that
There's no
note,
logic in this purchase.
there is your point you brought up of wanting the whole collection in one disc or in one set. I think they could do that if they, they've released final mixes of their other games in Japan. Mm-hmm. Because, that was the way they did DLC. We talked about that a little bit earlier, Ben. And if they do any form of DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, I think eventually, a year from now or so, they'll release a Kingdom Hearts 3 final mix, possibly an entire series bundle.
I think it would be smart, do the Ultimate Collection, not including 3, but give it as a...
Right off the bat?
Give it as a DLC. Give it as a free download or something.
Like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I think it was Infinite Warfare. Mm-hmm. They had that, like, you buy this game, you get Modern Warfare 2 with it.
South Park, The Fractured But Whole, they released The Stick of Truth for free if you pre-order the game.
I think that's great.
That would be something that I could get behind.
And it's something I think you really need to do if you're going to bring in new players with this
Especially since Xbox has never had a Kingdom Hearts game on it.
Yeah.
You can't just release 3 and be like, hey, play this game. Don't worry about the 9 other storylines.
And I think what they would have to do to make it make sense is they just do it like digital download. Like it would be a digital download with your disc.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I hope that I do like the entire bundle right off the bat with just downloadable content. Don't give us a final mix. Don't make us pay for...
Like, for me, it gives me something to tide myself over until it comes out. Because I didn't buy any of these because I...
Yeah.
Because I have them.
Because you have them, but it's like, what was this, 3 collections or 2 collections on PS4?
I don't even have the PS4 collections. I have the PS2 collections, and then I have 2.8. But you can buy 1.5 and 2.5 in a bundle on PS4 as well. So
yeah, 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8.
Yeah.
And then they did 1.5, 2.5 together. There's no reason not to put all 3 of them together as a prelude to this game.
Yeah.
I just don't want that version to cost that much more. I want it to be...
I doubt they would.
I want it to be free, like extra,
it's going to be like
it would have to be
a pre-order bonus or pre-order of like the gold version.
What they would have to do is they'd say, you pre-order this through like PlayStation Network and stuff, and then now you get this free download so that they have time while they're waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out to play through the stuff they just bought. So it'd be like, pre-order this game and get this right now to tide you over type thing, which I've seen them do as well in video games.
Yeah.
It'd be a smart call.
So, endless possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
So, delay.
Yep.
Okay. Right off the bat, not even segueing in there.
Nope.
So, you really think it's going to get delayed?
A lot.
Yes.
A lot?
Yeah.
When do you think it's going to come out, Ben?
Whatever date they announce, a minimum of 3 months after that.
I think it's about in 2015. Nope. 2016. Nope. 2017? Nope. Maybe 2018?
No.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Well, you heard it here, folks. Apparently we're on the delay wagon. I am personally thinking they won't delay it. No Kingdom Hearts game has been delayed yet. Granted, we are talking about, games that came out like 4 years ago. So
it was before like the hype of video games was like a thing. It was just like, well, I guess not because you're talking about the recent ones too, but it's just kind of like, this game's coming out.
I agree. I just think with the fact that they've taken 5 years from the initial announcement, they've constantly said now in development, and then this past year we finally get a release year. I just think the next trailer we get is probably going to have a release date, and so I don't know. I'm very optimistic for 2018. Maybe late 2018, maybe December, Christmas time. But I'm still hopeful.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm also hopeful. That being said, I've been hopeful many times, and I've been burnt by it in the past. So I'm on that line between hopeful and doubtful, where I will live.
I mean, even the games that I'm looking forward to this year, like Spider-Man
got delayed.
and Red Dead Redemption 2. Like when I heard they were coming out, I got excited. When they announced the release date, I did not get my hopes up.
Yep.
Because every game that gets released in this console generation always gets pushed back.
I agree. I mean, Red Dead, I think, is a little early. They announced that release date.
They announced it for the fall.
Yeah.
And everyone's expecting that to get pushed back. I don't think anyone's really expecting that.
But see, that's the thing. We knew Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be a thing. We finally got a trailer last year for it. And all of a sudden, now you have a release date. I don't know. With the fact that Kingdom Hearts, they did basically the Red Dead Redemption trailer 5 years ago. To me, I don't know. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, we'll to see.
Yes. So next, we've got D23 this weekend. What are your hopes for D23? For those of you who don't know, D23 is the Disney Expo. They usually have one every year. They had one in Anaheim this past August, and now this one is in Japan. 2 years ago, they did one in Japan, and there was a closed Kingdom Hearts fan event where everybody got to see some exclusive Kingdom Hearts footage that has never been released to the public since. Saw some new Heartless. People tried drawing sketches of it. We saw the new cannon guns, which we've seen now in the trailers. But we've never seen that footage. Hopefully this D23 fan event isn't closed, but, what are you guys hoping for from it?
One thing. That's all I need.
A release date.
Yeah.
A release date.
Yep.
That's all I need. It could be like literally a black image with the little Kingdom Hearts 3 logo that we've seen on everything, and then just a date. That's all I need.
Oh, yeah. Don't give us anything else.
I don't even need a video. It could just be a picture.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
100%.
Yep.
Again, I won't believe the date, but I'm going to know the general heading of where they're going to try and release it.
Mr. Optimistic over here. But yeah, so definitely a release date. Thoughts on some of the leaks that came out this past December? Any thoughts on those being a thing that we see at D23?
I don't want to take any of it too seriously until it's confirmed. The Monsters Inc. world, I think, is pretty locked in.
I mean, you had 27 screenshots. They looked great. Definitely they were a work in progress, but I mean, they looked great. They looked like the theme of the game.
The world fits.
It does.
It's such a good idea to do it.
Yep.
I mean, it's a good choice, so if it's real, I buy that.
Yeah. They also released a world list. We're not going to be talking about the world list, but, from what I've heard, there's not much to it. It's okay.
I think, honestly, that world list, I think, is fake.
Yeah.
Personally. It just seems like a bunch of, this is stuff that's been in other games. It's going to be in this game.
Yeah.
And just putting all that on a list.
Yeah.
And that's very possible.
And if that world list is accurate, I hope that doesn't take up the 13. Because how many Disney worlds do we have now? Frozen, Olympus.
They haven't announced Frozen. So
Tangled.
Tangled.
Yeah.
Tangled, Olympus, Toy Story.
That's Pixar.
The not Kingdom Hearts worlds.
Gotcha.
And then Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6, yeah. So we've got 4 locked in for 13 total. We've still got some room for some other stuff, and I'm really hopeful that we're not just going to be... I want this world to be mostly Disney worlds. I don't want it to be mostly just Kingdom Hearts worlds.
Well, I mean, I think we are going to get a lot of Kingdom Hearts worlds,
It's the finale of the series.
Listen, I hear you, but I don't care about them.
Because they've already confirmed Twilight Town. We know we're going to go there. It's almost a definite we'll probably go to the Keyblade Graveyard.
We'll go to Castle Oblivion. We're going to go...
Yeah, but I don't care about those worlds. Those are levels to me. I don't care about showing up to Castle Oblivion and looking around. I care about, when I get to enter, the castle from Beauty and the Beast and explore it.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And I agree with that, and I see your point. But to the same respect, like you were saying earlier, you want a conclusion to this story.
And that's where the stories
I think for a conclusion, we have to have every main world from the Kingdom Hearts series that is exclusive to it. If it's an important world, I think we're going to be going there, and I think that's going to be where most of our focus will be. The other worlds, I think, are going to be for the rest of the story.
If you want to sell it, you got to have more Disney worlds.
Yeah. And I mean, they're all splitting up. They're going on these separate adventures. We're going to have a good amount of time in some Disney worlds, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they're just going to be like, oh, we're going to have like 3 of them and that's it. They're going to have a good bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
So on the note of Disney Worlds, we know that if they're releasing a trailer or when they release the next trailer at D23, they're gonna have they're gonna show us a new world. So let's start with Ben because I feel like Dani's probably got a huge list of potentials.
I think we should just do one at a time. Like,
one at a time.
Worlds we would love to see.
All right. So
now we're not talking about ones that they think will announce this weekend, right? Or yeah, we're just gonna
we'll talk about any. But if you have one you think would be a perfect, this is the perfect time to announce it, throw that out there.
Okay. Good.
Ben?
So I brought 3 more pops that are going to represent 3 worlds I think I would love to have in the game.
So one at a time.
Mine are going to increase both in probability as well as desire.
Okay.
It'll go along that same scale.
Wait, they're going to increase together?
I would start with your big one because we might cover ones that you love because we're gonna do one.
I don't want to go downwards.
Okay, well, why don't we just let you do your 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first one is Coco.
Oh, man.
I was blown away with this movie this year.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
I did love Coco.
Coco was incredible.
But I don't know. It's the most recent Disney Pixar movie. Like
I agree.
I don't know. I think a summon could be potential.
Oh man,
I agree.
Cool.
I'm surprised there haven't been any medals in the game, in the mobile game yet.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true.
But
There haven't been many Pixar ones at all. I don't.
No.
I'm sorry. I can just picture you showing up in Mexico. There's a little cutscene. You might walk around a graveyard for a little bit, and then you just end up in the world.
Spoilers, because not
But
everyone.
just the premise. Just I'm saying you end up in the world of the dead.
Yeah.
And I just
The
think
colors.
the colors would be vibrant. The Keyblade would be all just gorgeous. It would look like
it'd be
a
like a
guitar.
guitar. Yes.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Oh, it would be such a beautiful world, but I just
Listen, if they end up doing another franchise down the road, it's one they could tap into. Then.
definitely.
But I had no interest in Coco being a world until I saw the movie, and now I can't live without it.
Man.
It's pretty great.
So what's your next world choice, Ben?
Next world, Moana.
Yep, that's one of mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's one of
We
mine.
all had a huge discussion regarding the viability of a Moana world because of how well the storyline fits, how just like natural it is, and I want Sora to wake up on Montanui thinking, oh, I've made it home, only to realize he's in another adventure.
Yep.
And it's like the darkness takes over. I mean, come on.
Darkness takes over.
Come on.
Controlling elements.
Yeah.
I mean, magic. He could learn some kind of water magic or some kind of element that works with
Can the
Moana.
ocean just be a summon?
Honestly, I think Maui would be the summon.
No, it would be the summon, but I'm just saying, if you could just summon the ocean.
But
Pei would be the summon. Thank you very much.
Yes.
He just runs into everything. I love that.
he would be a stun. He would be a stun summon.
Yeah,
He
there you
just
go.
stuns them.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
What's your third? I know what it is.
But before you go there, a Moana themed Keyblade.
Oh man.
It would just be Maui's hook.
But it would also have the heart of Tafiti. Like,
As the key.
Yeah.
As the keychain.
As the keychain.
And I think there would be water element too. I think the handle
Like
would be his
his.
hook, and you'd have some waves. It'd be beautiful.
yeah, it'd be
All
so
right.
cool. I know what your number 1 is, but
Yeah, you both know what it is. It's Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh yeah.
Like, without a doubt, the number 1 world I want in this video game is a video game world.
100%.
It fits everything I want. It can be, you've mentioned, it can be exactly like the Toontown world,
Yes.
where everything is a mini game. Like, you get a Sugar Rush mini game where you get to race. You get a mini game of what's the shooter game?
Gosh, I know it's Galaxy something.
No,
No.
it's some like
we'd also have the
Yeah.
just the Fix It Felix game too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! If they just gave me a big screen version of Fix It Felix, I would play that for hours.
You know what would be great is in Toy Story, on one of the levels of the toy store, there are video game machines.
No, you can't merge this. No.
Wait. No.
No, wait. Let him finish this thought.
It's like Winnie the Pooh. You've got the book that sits on the, Merlin's desk.
Yeah.
You got a video
game.
game of
Nope.
Fix It Felix, and you just
Listen,
you go into
I have
the
too
world.
much anxiety thinking about either of these worlds separately. If they exist in the same world, what are Skylanders? What are Skylanders?
What are my amiibos?
I can't think that way. It gives me so
And now
much-
Ben has broken. You've broken Ben.
It's like,
Oh man.
What would a Keyblade be from Wreck-It Ralph?
I would want the.
Oh, like the brick?
I think brick. I want the handle to be the hilt of Victor Felix hammer.
Yeah.
I want the head of the Keyblade to be a fist. So it'd be Ralph's fist in 8-bit form, and then
The keychain.
I think the keychain could be like a coin or
That'd be like his hero medal.
His hero-
or the hero medal.
That's what I was thinking.
Hero
Yeah.
medal. And every time you swing it, it makes an 8-bit sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like I don't know if you guys play the new Ratchet and Clank game, which is amazing. But those are guns that'll actually turn people 8-bit.
No, that's cool.
And like if you hit people and they kind of learn into 8-bit mode for a second, that'd be amazing.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, Dani, what about your world predictions? What are you thinking?
I wouldn't call these predictions as much as I would call just hopes and dreams.
Oh boy.
So, my first one that I feel like might be the most likely of my list, I'd love to see an Inside Out world.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like with a little bit of glitter coming off of them. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't seen Inside Out.
Let's see Inside Out, man.
You have to see Inside Out. I
Yeah.
think it would be a really cool world.
I think what would be even better than just a normal world is if it's like inside of somebody.
Oh, that would be so funny.
And like if it's inside like Riku and Anger is the head of the control table. And
Oh man, like Anger and Joy are literally just duking it out
Yeah.
the whole time. Oh, that would be so funny. So my other one that I would love to see, if they're doing all these Pixar ones, I'd actually really love to see Bug's Life. I think it would look really cool.
Bug.
All like the
Tiny
big
bug.
plants and like it would look really cool. The circus stuff and
Now that
I
you said
hear
that,
you, but since we're already getting Toy Story, I already feel like we're getting that smaller perspective.
I know, which is why I don't think they'll do it.
but Donald and Goofy as bugs.
Goofy would be some sort of beetle with his shell.
I would love it so much.
Yeah, my other one that might be a little bit more on the likely side before my last two is Cars. I think it would be hysterical.
Listen, just driving around
Yeah.
and nothing else.
It would be
Sora and
so
Car
funny. You would like have to crash into things. You kind of maybe have like a little laser or something.
Goofy would be a tow truck.
Yeah.
Donald would be a gas truck that's always like out of gas.
There would be some sort of big race.
Oh no, he'd be a
at the end.
minivan or a bug.
Oh, he'd be a bug probably.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be really cool looking.
It would be. I wouldn't mind that. I
Yeah,
hadn't
it
thought
would be
about that.
so different. And
Yeah.
I would love to see them as different cars and stuff. It'd be pretty fun. Now, these last two are kind of just hopes and dreams. My first hope and dream, I just watched Treasure Planet the other day.
That is on my list. That
Yeah.
is one of my two.
What a great movie.
Yes.
A steampunk Keyblade. I mean, you got steampunk space pirates.
Well, and I mean, you've got Tangled, and you've got Big Hero 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's three of, what's the producer's name? I forget his name. No, the main,
Oh,
he was in the Kingdom Hearts trailer when they did Tangled and Big Hero 6. Everybody says he looks like Xehanort.
I don't know which one you're referring to.
Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
Kevin,
Yes.
yes.
That's the guy. You all know who I'm talking about.
Yes. But I think it would look so cool.
Yes.
It would be. They give like sort of like a robot leg or something, and it would just be such a cool.
The Keyblade
world.
could just be the leg and it like
You could do space like gliding and stuff, like on the gliders. Oh.
I mean, it makes sense. I would also love it if Sora got like armor, like Aqua and Ven and Terra, and like transform his Keyblade finally into some kind of vehicle. It would be really cool. I would love that.
instead of it becoming a vehicle, it just turns them into the car from Cars.
But what's your last one?
My last one is the one that I am most wanting of all the worlds: Atlantis.
Oof, Atlantis. That's on my list. I just don't know if they will do
They
it.
I don't
wouldn't.
want water.
What?
I don't want to water.
It would be so much better.
Atlantica just kind of,
But like,
yeah.
think about all the cool, like glowy, like hieroglyphic-esque type things.
Yes.
and-
It would look beautiful.
Hear me out. Kita is the coolest Disney princess. And she doesn't even qualify as a Disney princess to them. Give her a game. Come on.
I mean, they are two very underrated Disney movies.
Yeah, I think they need some love. I think they'd look really cool in this game. The stories would fit in pretty well. I don't know. Those are
Jungle Book is also one that I think. It was a scrapped idea for Birth by Sleep. It's actually in the files as a complete world. But I definitely think I could see that one.
It'd be pretty cool.
Especially
Alright.
with the success of the new live action one.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they wouldn't do another Lion King, but if they wanted to do another Animal-y world, that would be their good go-to.
So, when do you guys think it will be releasing? If it releases this year, what do you think?
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, definitely.
Fourth quarter?
Holiday special. I mean, that's the time to release a big game like that.
I mean, November comes to mind for me.
Is there a Disney movie coming out this year besides Incredibles?
Yes.
Multiple.
Wreck-It Ralph 2, dude.
Yes.
That month.
Yeah.
Is that November?
Yeah.
That'd be my pick.
There's also a big fan theory out there. It's kind of a big conspiracy theory with Kingdom Hearts. Is July 13th.
Makes sense with the numbers.
Because you've got 7/13, 7 Seekers of Light, 7 Seekers of Darkness. It fits with the leaked rumored Q3 release.
So I'm just going to be honest. This is a long shot, but Wreck-It Ralph 2 does take place on the internet. And what is there on the internet if not conspiracy theories about Kingdom Hearts 3? I'm just saying, if we could just see Sora. If we can just
Back to that again.
see Sora in that movie, and then it just hints to Wreck-It Ralph being in the game.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be so cool. I mean...
What if they have an adventure off screen and it's the adventure that happens in the game? Come on!
But yeah, it could happen. I don't think it would be that soon. And I think the holiday push... I have to get my little Jimmy a Christmas present. This one has Mickey Mouse on it. He loves video games and Mickey Mouse. Boom, sold.
I'm definitely thinking holidays as well. Well, everybody, that's all the time we have for this week's Weekly Wrap. I want to thank Ben and Dani for being my special guests. We would love to have you guys back for another episode.
Nerd talk!
So,
We'll break down all the upcoming games. We'll break down all the Spider-Man games. Get ready for Spider-Man. Yeah. Break down all the God of War games. Get ready for God of War.
He's gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Ha! See what I did there?
But if you guys have any thoughts about Kingdom Hearts 3 or the series in general, please leave those down in the comments section down below. If you haven't got our notifications yet, you can hit the little bell down below. That'll get you the notifications. We are moving to a bi-weekly video. So in 2 weeks, you'll get our next video, which is going to be Oscar theme. Might have Ben back on if he wants to come on. We'll talk about some of the best picture noms.
I can't actually see them.
Yeah, we got to see them. But I want to thank you all for liking, commenting, and sharing this video. If you haven't subscribed to the Weekly Wrap, and you definitely should, you can hit this circular channel icon here. And if you want to see some of our episodes from Season 2, you can click the video playlist above Ben. It's right there. Bye, everybody.